Life is fragile. We're not guaranteed a tomorrow, so give it everything you've got. The surest way to make your dreams come true is to live them. We swallowed the chaos because we knew we didn't want to be ordinary. No one from the outside can tell or show you what is in your heart. Dream as if you will live forever. Live as if you will die today. When you take control of your attitude, you take control of your life. A clown on a throne is still a clown. A king in rags is still a king. If we have no peace, it is because we have forgotten that we belong to each other. If I cannot do great things, I can do small things in a great way. When you say I and my too much, you lose the capacity to understand the we and our. As soon as you trust yourself, you will know how to live. Find ecstasy in life. The mere sense of living is joy enough. The truths that matter most to us come always half-spoken. Supreme excellence consists of breaking the enemy's resistance without fighting. In the midst of darkness, he alone sees the dawn. In the midst of the soundless, he alone hears harmony. Just remain in the center, watching, and then forget that you are there. I believe in looking reality straight in the eye and denying it. When inequality takes root, a garden of problems flourishes. Feel your emotions, live true your passions, keep still your mind. The serpent, if it wants to become the dragon, must eat itself. Ignorance is the night of the mind, but a night without moon or star. Just because it's fiction doesn't mean it's any less true. Invincibility depends on oneself, the enemy's vulnerability on him. It's failure that gives you the proper perspective on success. Vulnerability is the least celebrated emotion in our society. Don't worry about being effective. Just concentrate on being faithful to the truth. Men do less than they ought, unless they do all they can. But better to get hurt by the truth than comforted with a lie. If you know yourself, but not the enemy, for every victory gained, you will also suffer a defeat. Life is worth living as long as there's a laugh in it. Don't be afraid to give up the good to go for the great. What the superior man seeks is in himself. What the small man seeks is in others. Silence is nice to have if you wanted it, but maddening if you didn't. Desire is half of life. Indifference is half of death. A human being is part of a whole called by us the universe. Life changes very quickly, in a very positive way if you let it. The hardest thing of all is to find a black cat in a dark room, especially if there is no cat. Communism is the final logic of the dehumanization of man. Forgiveness is divine, but never pay full price for late pizza. The perfect man uses his mind as a mirror. It grasps nothing. It regrets nothing. It receives, but does not keep. Life is short. Live it. Love is rare. Grab it. Anger is bad. Dump it. Fear is awful. Face it. Memories are sweet. Cherish them. My fear was not of death itself, but a death without meaning. Silence and non-action are the root of all things. And when all the wars are over, a butterfly will still be beautiful. There is nothing more important than your eternal salvation. I'm going to try speaking some reckless words, and I want you to try to listen recklessly. No matter how good you get, you can always get better, and that's the exciting part. Instinct is a makeshift, an admission of helplessness before the problem of reality. Without knowing the force of words, it is impossible to know more. Keep their friends close and their enemies closer. The job of feats is walking, but their hobby is dancing. Any fool can know. The point is to understand. Moods can be contagious. Don't catch or spread a bad mood. The most important person you meet in life is your highest self. When you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. Sometimes you recognize truth because it destroys you for a bit. Take care with the end as you do with the beginning. Reason is and ought only to be the slave of the passions. It is more important to be of pure intention than of perfect action. If the mind is willing, the flesh could go on and on without many things. Opening up to the wrong person is like putting ammo in their hands. True goodness springs from a man's own heart. All men are born good. Unthinking respect for authority is the greatest enemy of truth. Weak leadership can wreck the soundest strategy. Verily, God does not reward man for what he does, but for what he is. Life did not intend to make us perfect. Whoever is perfect belongs in a museum. The truth is not always beautiful, nor beautiful words the truth. It's not whether you got knocked down, it's whether you get back up. In making tactical dispositions, the highest pitch you can attain is to conceal them. The essence of knowledge is having it to use it. Man is an animal who has to live in a lie in order to live at all. And if my heart be scarred and burned, the safer I for all I learned. I believe in spectacles, but I think eyes necessary too. Bad habits are like a comfortable bed, easy to get into, but hard to get out of. Just go with it, he thought. You won't figure out anything if you give in to fear. The snow goose need not bathe to make itself white. Neither need you do anything but be yourself. It is better for the heart to break than not to break. Show me that I am everywhere, and get me home for tea. There are people who have money and people who are rich. Between living and dreaming, there is a third thing. Guess it. I never think of the future. It comes soon enough. When we fail, our pride supports us, and when we succeed, it betrays us. To a mind that is still, the whole universe surrenders. If what one has to say is not better than silence, then one should keep silent. Verily, knowledge is a lock, and its key is the question. Always stand up for truth, regardless of who steps on it. Ability, experience, and books have solution for all the problems. Victory comes from finding opportunities and problems. When we embrace who we are, the world embraces us right back. There's no point having wishes if you don't at least try to do them. Imagination is the highest form of research. How quick come the reasons for approving what we like. If their forces are substantial, prepare for them. If their forces are strong, avoid them. Attitude is a little thing that makes a big difference. If people treat you like an option, leave them like a choice. Never give up. Things that you keep dreaming about will happen one day. What is essential in war is victory, not prolonged operations. We have to speak the truth always, at any cost, and no matter what. You are in charge of your own happiness. You don't need to wait for other people's permission to be happy. All men know the use of the useful, but nobody knows the use of the useless.